I welcome you to this session on this ATAL sponsored FDP on Agile and Lean Management for the Sustainable Performance. I myself, Dr. Sanjay Sati, being invited faculty for this FDP program. I'll try my best to make you acquaint with the fundamentals of this lean and agile management and the way how we can implement it to the various cases as far as the innovative methods, as far as the research is concerned. Okay, so my attempt will be to make you comfortable and impart the knowledge as far as the lean is concerned. So I hope this schedule was around to commence at 2 p.m.
Yes.
It's 2:30. Yes. So the schedule is from 2 to 4:30. So if it starts at 2:30, so I expect that this is going to finish by 5. Because the allotted time is 2.5 hours for me. And as we are here to discuss the facts related with the lean and be agile to the situation, and that's why I will try my best to follow suit. Now, if I say that we are here to discuss the topic related with the lean, so everyone will be agree with me because I have also gone through the phases of attending the FDPs and organizing FDPs and STDPs. You know what are the situations we are likely to come across, and you must be aware of. So I will try my best that you should feel comfortable being in this session in association with me. Give the patient's hearing. I will try my best to respond to your queries, whichever arise as and when we progresses through the session. Do you have any idea about lean, what this lean is? We started here with the podium was somewhere there, my choices was here. I was not comfortable there. I may have done the same thing from there, but why should I? Do you also feel like that any of the time?
Yes.
Do you demand? Do you put forward your request? No, it normally happens, but it wasn't the case in the past when the industries were having the monopoly, the market was not so open, and there were few players in the market, so the market was not customer driven, but the customer has no other choice but to buy the product from the market and the product which has been served to the customers. Gone are the days now. This era is now customer driven. In order to have the presence in the market, the companies, the manufacturer, the industry have to be more competitive now. They have to make their product worthy with respect to the demand of the customer. And every time they have to keep on adding value to the product. And the fact is, they can't raise the price of the product. They have to meet the demand. So, be in the market facing the fierce competition from their rival manufacturer, somehow to maintain the place in the market, keep innovating the system, keep innovating the process, and go for the value addition of the product. Every time we see that every now and then there are new products being launched in the market. We started with apples, now we have Apple 15. We have so many products. Cell phone has a very short shelf life. Every 6 months we observe the change in the model. So this is because the customer in the market is now demanding more and more features into the product. So the companies are now on the back foot. They have to keep evolving some new methods. They have to go for some innovations. They have to add features into the products. And this is the area where these techniques of manufacturing comes into the picture. This agile and leaner management is concerned. They are not basically the techniques for management. They have their origin basically in engineering. It evolved through the concepts of enhancing the utilization of the resources. And when we talk about utilization of resources, it means that when we are going for the optimization of the utilization of the resources, then we have to make use of application of those techniques. And what this optimization is actually? Any idea? Optimization? What is it? We keep on optimizing the methods, we keep optimizing the use of resources. We say that during manufacturing, the material must be so utilized that we get the maximum output. So what that maximum output means that we have to go for the maximum utilization of the material. But there has always been constraint by utilizing it. So utilizing the material to an extent that we get the maximum output. So there we go for the optimization. That maintaining all the constraints, we must be able to manufacture the required number of products. So how is this possible? We have to devise the method. We have to go for the maximum utilization of the material being used for the production purposes. And for that, we have to go for minimizing the waste. We have to make the system lean. We have to remove all kind of waste. Waste not only related to the material, but whichever resource is being used for the purpose of manufacturing or running an organization, those waste has to be minimized. When we talk of minimizing the waste, so prior to that, we must come across a question. Why we are using those resources then, if we have to save the top of the waste? Okay, so there are various methods and various techniques, methodologies, various systems which we come across. This is one of the way. I shifted the podium from there to here. One of the tool where we minimize the time for the setup. Like if we change the process from one kind of manufacturing to another kind of manufacturing, we are required to set the machines again. If it is being a power plant, you have to continuously run your boilers and the turbines. You cannot go for bringing it to the halt. They go for halt once in a year or once in a 6 month during the time of maintenance only. So this is termed as the single minute exchange of die concept. You have to change over from one process to another process, one setup to another setup in minimum of time. And what that minimum of time is should be in no time, at the minimum possible. So in a single minute, if it is possible, then you have to carry out this changeover from one system to another system. This is widely applicable, like in the case of the textile industry when design changes occurs, or you have to load the weaving reels again and again in the injection molding process. So there, this changeover time or the setup time is also required to minimize, because we have to save the time. The waste of time is to be minimized. So for such applications, these lean manufacturing, now I'm not confining only to manufacturing or engineering. That's why I will be here onwards calling it as lean management or lean agile management. This is now required because if we have to sustain in the market, if we have to go a long way, we have to keep devising the methods. So this agility becomes essential. So the concepts of agile manufacturing, agile methodology, which is being adopted by the IT companies or the software companies for software development, because developing a project was a bit tedious task for them, and the duration required for making or developing a software is too long. But they observe that with the lapse of time, the demand of the customer, the requirement of the customer also changes. So how to manage or cope up those changes while we are in the stage of developing the software, or we are in the stage of project development, how to cope up with those changes. For that, this agile maintenance or agile manufacturing comes into the practice. So on one side, you have to manage the changes. On the other hand, you have to minimize the waste. To combine together, now we are making an effort to have the best of the two, making it a hybrid model as agile and lean management for the sustainable performance or the sustainable development, I would say rather here. Okay. So this is the term which was coined by John Ferry. He was the CEO of the Google's and has written in his article Triumph of the Lean Production System. These Toyotas were the people who pioneered this concept in their manufacturing. Toyota, a company, a very renowned company in the sector of automobile, they need hundreds and thousands of component parts, and this is the reason why they were always in hunt of the techniques or the tools which can minimize the cycle times of manufacturing, the cycle time of getting one article ready for dispatch to the customer. Still, we find that when we go for booking a vehicle, a four-wheeler, the delivery time is not less than 3 months.
Yes, 3 to 6 months.
To an extent of 6 months. And in this era, when we have the automated system, we have the robotic system, now we have Industry 4.0, we are heading towards Industry 5.0, and still we are required to wait for such a long time. So how this is possible? How could we reduce this time of delivery? So again, this Toyota Industries, they have inputted many efforts into the system, and they have developed a lot of tools in this regard, and they used many not management, but quality improvement tools for the purpose. And the outcome is they have excelled in their quality, they have excelled in their cost, they have excelled in the delivery time as well. So as far as this lean is concerned, lean belongs to everything which is not adding value to your product. Any example do you have? Like if we take example of this very nice small classroom, okay? This institute has spent a lot of money on it, on its interior. What is the need of it actually? Forget about the aestheticity. Forget about the customer, that the customer is looking for a product which is more appealing and more attractive. But as far as in terms of value of the product is concerned, what the requirement is, just have a board. Now we have a digital board here. We have worked with the LCD projector. और उसके लिए भी हमने स्क्रीन नहीं लगाया हुआ है, वो भी हमने एक सफेद कलर की दीवार के ऊपर LCD प्रोजेक्टर चलाया है ना? Now the time has come. We have improved a lot. The value addition in this product. Earlier, it was not possible to make changes. Now, I think this is a touch screen as well. So, innovation took place. They have replaced this LCD projector, starting with the overhead projector, LCD projectors. Now we have the digital board. So, the theme is, even if you are going for the digital boards, what extra the the manufacturer have provided with to the customer, and we say that in our mobile phone as well, there are so many number of features which we are not aware of, and we are not using the features in our cell phones, but we are paying for it. So as far as the manufacturer is concerned, manufacturer is trying to add value to the product, but it's a different thing. We are not making a good use of it. So when we go for designing a product, developing a product, we try to minimize all those features of the product which doesn't add any value to it. That's why we are now trying to make the product more compact. This lead is not applicable to your only the manufacturing organization. They have now their extension in the service organization. Even in your office, you go for agile management, you go for the lean management. This methodology is designed to increase the quality and efficiency by eliminating the waste from all kind of resources, like the time, as I said, you have to reduce the cycle time, you have to reduce the investment, the working capital associated with it, the human efforts required. Because as far as human efforts are concerned, the workers are given a performance rating of say 80 to 90%, and we expect a larger productivity. So in order to have the productivity, we have to train the workers. We have to identify the way how these workers or the operators work at the shop floor or on the machine while manufacturing or assembling the parts. How this cycle time or the tuck time can be minimized. This is an approach to manage an organization that supports the concept of continuous improvement. I hope most of you belong to MBA institutions. You might have come across the concept of continuous improvement. Kaizen. Okay, so the word has been very well versed and used by the Japanese, but originated from India. It belongs to the Buddha philosophy for the continuous improvement. So now, in the form of a technique, a methodology, the industry has adopted, and now they are going for the continuous improvement. It is not like that once the machine or the process has been set, we are using the same manufacturing setup for years together. We are following the same system for years together as far as banking are concerned or some other service organizations are concerned. We have to keep changing the method as the day passes, as the requirement arises in the market. We also believe in the continuous and steady workflow in your production processes or in the organization where we are rendering the services. So the main focus is on the three pillars. Defining the value. from the standpoint of the end users, what your end users is actually expecting from your product. And from the manufacturer point of view, it is eliminating all the waste, and the main focus will be on the continuously improving all the work processes for what it is used, the purpose, and the people which are involved in the process of management, rendering the services. These are the three basic pillars, and these are being responsible for facilitating the shared leadership. Here comes into picture the management, the one who is taking care of the demand of the customer, the method which is being adopted in the industry, and how the improvements can be sought. So the one who is taking care of it, the managers, the leaders, they are now made more responsible using the concepts of lean to have continuous improvement. This lean management optimizes the process by reducing the time spent on the non-value added task. Those non-value added tasks means all the unnecessary operations. Like in every industry, we come across material handling. Like we have to transport material from one location to another location. Power plant की हम बात करें, automobile industries की हम बात करें, conveyor systems होते हैं. We have to transport the raw material from one machine to another machine. So actually this transportation is required or not. In the banking system we see that, अब तो खैर हम नहीं जाते. I recently came to Pune. पुणे में आके मैंने UPI और ऑनलाइन सिस्टम इतना फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज किया. अदरवाइज जेब में हाथ डाला, पेमेंट किया हमने, पैसे चाहिए, go to the bank. So you see the process of banking. You have to go to the counter, you have to fill up a form, you have to request for money, then that will be verified, and then we'll go to one officer, one table, another table for sanction, for grant, and after 15-20 minutes you will get your money from the counter. So such was a tedious process. Now if we go for lean, the same person sitting on the counter had been made responsible for the payment and verification of the client or the customer, and handling the accounts as well. So now those 15 minutes has been reduced now for hardly 1 or 2 minutes. So the waste of time, human resources has been eliminated. Sometimes the waste is in terms of we all go to restaurant, we have to wait there for placing an order. Done. After placement of order, again we have to wait for some 15 minutes. The order is fulfilled. Okay. Why? Because again the restaurant owner have decided a system that as and when the customer arrives, when the demand generates, the order will be placed for the preparation of the dishes. The cooking will begin after that, after receiving the order. They are not going for overproduction. कि भाई शाम को आएगा मेरा कस्टमर, तो मैं इतने पिज़्ज़ा पहले से बना के रखता हूँ. It is not like that. No one can afford overproduction now. So the fact remains like, as and when the customer arrives, we'll go for manufacturing. As and when the demand generates, we'll go for production and meet the demand of the user. So this concept again, we call it as just in time. Okay? जैसे ही order आएगा, we'll fulfill the order. Will take some time, the lead time, the time associated with manufacturing, but that is to be minimized again. So ultimately there are two objectives: the complete customer satisfaction and the success of each employee, how they effectively discharge their duties. So here we are to learn the objectives about the lean methodologies, about understanding the utilization of lean, how we can do that, knowing the principles of lean, and know what is implied by lean controls and why the subject can be so confounding and why so has become so rigorous, even then more challenging and more demanding at present. So lean control has become an enormously well-known business control and improvement approach very lately. It's profoundly refined case of non-financial controls in action. Is an arrangement of non-financial control used to improve item and administration quality and decrease the waste. Administration quality in terms of how everyone in the organization is discharging their duties, how they are taking up the task, how they are performing as per the requirement of the norms. And the lean is currently used to improve the product advancement, order preparation, and a large variety of the non-manufacturing processes. So this is termed, it originated from the Toyota. That's why it is called, also known as the Toyota way of manufacturing. Nowadays, the Toyota way of management. An author has written 2 books which have been very popular and the bestseller, The Machine That Changed the World. They adopted the automated system at Toyota, and the Toyota way, that is termed as the lean thinking, the thought process where we can eliminate all kind of waste. So inspired by this Toyota methodology, a comprehensive framework has been developed where the business owners now are looking forward for where to best invest time or money for the future performances. Now they directly can't expect the profit will be generated by selling more and more product. Market is so, you can say, it's very limited because many players are there, and within that market you have to look for opportunities. So the businessmen, the corporates are now looking forward for adopting the lean methodologies. This lean offers the shorter lead times with higher quality and that too at the reduced cost. And this is a wonder. While going to the market, we normally take a decision while buying the clothes, the fabrics, say shirts या हमें कुछ अपने लिए कपड़े लेना है. What is the criteria? What is the process of buying? Selection. We go for looking at the fabric, okay? या बहुत सारे क्लोथ्स हैं, उनका डिजाइन देखेंगे, सब कुछ देखेंगे. समझता है हमें कुछ? मुझे लगता है हमें से ऐसे इंक्लूडिंग माई सेल्फ ऐसे बहुत कम लोग हैं जिनको समझता है. फिर भी हम कपड़े को हाथ लगा के देखते हैं, मालूम नहीं क्या समझ में आता है. आता है क्या किसी को? 2-4 टर्म्स हमें पता है कि ये कपड़ा कॉटन होता है, ये होता है, ये लिनन होता है, ये सब चीजें. वी नो ऑल दैट. एक का डिजाइन पसंद आता है, एक की कॉस्ट पसंद आती है. विच वन यू विल बाय? 2 शर्ट पसंद आ गए, एक का कॉस्ट ज्यादा, एक का कम है. आई एम कंफ्यूज नाउ व्हाट टू डू नेक्स्ट. हाँ, क्वालिटी तो समझती ही नहीं हमें. कंफ्यूज है ना इसी को लेके. तब हम क्या डिसीजन लेते हैं? एक तो हमारे साथ वाला है, उसके सामने हमारी बेइज्जती नहीं होना चाहिए. सो ऑफन वी गो फॉर बाइंग अ कॉस्टली वन. एंड एक हमारे माइंडसेट में भी ऐसा ही है शायद. द वन विच इज कॉस्टली
is
good in quality. But the fact is, as we go for enhancing the quality of the product, the price or the cost of the product goes down. Do you believe? Quality कुछ नहीं होता है, कुछ भी नहीं होता है quality. The quality is like if we have to add value into the product. यदि ये शर्ट है, यदि ये इस फैब्रिक का बना हुआ है, So what we see, if we have two shirts of same fabric, we see the stitching, है ना? We see कि इसको सही तरीके से उसने स्टिचिंग करके उसको पैटर्न दिया है कि नहीं, उसका शेप सही तरीके से आ रहा है कि नहीं, कॉलर्स की स्टिचिंग सही किया है कि नहीं, और एंड ऑल द फीचर्स अ शर्ट मस्ट हैव, है ना? मैं ज़्यादा लेडीज गारमेंट्स के बारे में नहीं बोला क्योंकि वो उसमें बहुत सारे फीचर्स, इतना डिज़ाइन कंपोनेंट डाल देते हैं कि इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डिस्कस कि इसका कॉस्ट इतना ज़्यादा क्यों होता है ना? तो व्हाट वी think over here is, if we go for elimination of waste and rejection in the course of manufacturing, we will be able to manufacture more number of acceptable products. Previously we were able to get only 80% of the acceptable parts. With the application of lean and agile, now this acceptability has increased from 80% to 95+%. So in the same resource, we are getting 15% more production. So this cost has come down. Our insist is more on reducing the rejections. It means that the quality of production has been enhanced. And this is only possible when हम सुधरेंगे तो युग सुधरेगा. If every individual is working towards minimization of rejections, then the product manufactured will be meeting the exact specifications of the customer. और ये कब possible होगा? When we are applying the concepts, the tools for minimizing the waste. We have better coordination, better interaction with the people, and the task is assigned to people, those who are specialists. They are meant for the purpose. If they are doing the task, then there are less chances of rejections and the quality of the product will be very high. So as we go for enhancing the quality of product, the cost goes down. So the owner thinks, how can I grow my business faster? How to grow the business fast? Penetrate into the more markets? And expand your territory, and for that you have to install more capacity into the industry. It means more investment. If you're only investing more in your industry, it means that a lot of capital is required, and that doesn't guarantee your profit will be more. Your profitability only increase when you, in spite of adding more capacity, you go for utilization, the maximum utilization of the available capacity. So reduce the waste. Under lean, the real question is how I can provide more value to the customer. More value to the customer. पहली बात तो है कि कॉस्ट आप कम करते जाएं और जो फीचर्स हैं आपके प्रोडक्ट में, they are more acceptable to the users. So lean management is a management and work organization method, is aimed at improving the company's performance and specifically the quality and profitability of its output. So Toyota has put into practice the 5 principles of lean management with the goal being to increase the amount of process, yet we are not producing value. If a particular process is not adding value to the product, then why we are using it? Why we have installed the capacity? Like in this 4-floor building, we have a lift. If the lift is not allowed to use, हमारे कुछ students भी बैठे हैं क्या? Yes. They will be having a question in the mind. सर जब लिफ्ट यूज करने ही नहीं देना तो लगाया क्यों है आपने? है ना? Because it is one of the value added feature of the building, है ना? ऐसे यही नहीं है, हर जगह ऐसा है, कोई चिंता वाली बात नहीं. आपको अभी 4 फ्लोर जय माता दी बोलते चढ़ते रहना ऐसे. That's wonderful thing. So this is what a customer expect only, है ना, कि if it's a feature, a value added into the product, it must be of use to the customer. Otherwise, there is no need of adding value into the products. So by implementing the 5 principles, we believe that the efficiency, the productivity, the cost efficiency and the cycle time will be improved. And what about productivity? What is it? Huh?
A working mechanism when you invest your efforts and for the ultimate maximum output.
And what about efficiency then? It's a very general and a common question everyone asks. That's why I am following suit.
Mostly synonyms.
They believe to be the synonyms, but there is a vast difference between the two. Every machine, every process has got some inherent efficiency to work. Like हमारा तो boiler जो है वो तो 50% में भी रो देता है ना, इतना भी perform नहीं कर पाता. Some now the automated system which we believe to be driven based on the concepts of industry 4.0, जिसमें हम robotic system और सब कुछ लगा रहे हैं. Even then, if we go for calculating the cumulative efficiency, it further decreased from say 85% to some 70-75%. But productivity is truly, the formula as far as efficiency and productivity is concerned is the same. You can't improve the efficiency all of a sudden or by making some changes. But by enhancing the system, you can improve the productivity. Like as far as resource utilization is concerned, if we go for eliminating all the waste, previously we were able to get only 80 items out of the input material. Now we are getting 85 units. So these 5 units are extra being obtained without adding any extra resource material. So when we enhance the output, we go for maximum utilization of resources without increasing the input, we get the productivity. But as far as efficiency is concerned, for the given input, we get the output. Without changing the input, we can't change the output. So every machine, every man, they have got some efficiency at work. हम बोलते हैं ना कि हमारे मेरे में बहुत ताकत है, बहुत ये कर लेगा. कितनी ताकत होती है हमारे में? एक हॉर्स पावर कितना होता है? कोई है ऐसे जनरल भी जानता है कि 746 point something है ना? And what about human power? This is not more than 225 to 240 वगैरह. इससे ज्यादा नहीं है. मतलब एक घोड़े को रोकना है तो हमको 3 लोगों को मिलके काम करना पड़ेगा. ये कितनी देर? वही डिमिनिशिंग मार्जिनल यूटिलिटी है ना. थोड़ी देर हम एफर्ट लगाएंगे विद कैपेसिटी ऑफ 225 to 240 and thereafter. So we cannot sustain that power as well. So efficiency goes down. So what are these 5 principles? The principles of lean management, they are like, first you have to identify the value as being described by the user or the customer. Then what values are expected that needs to be mapped. वो हमारा कस्टमर क्या चाहता है, उसके एक्सपेक्टेशंस क्या है. इनोवेशंस कैसे होते हैं? इन्वेंशन, वो जो हम बोलते हैं ना, दे पायनियर, या वहां से आइडिया आ गया. बहुत सारे आइडिया कहां से आते हैं हमको? देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट, आइडिया. वी गो फॉर ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग, वी गो फॉर डेल्फी. सो व्हाट इज ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग? मुझे लगता है जो एक मैंने भी एक कॉन्सेप्ट बना के रखा है कि कोई भी प्रोडक्ट आपका बात हो या आपको कुछ भी नया सोचना है, हमारा दिमाग नहीं चल रहा है ना, सो गो इनटू द पीपल, उनको बताओ कि भाई मेरा कॉन्सेप्ट है, कैसे होगा, है ना। यदि मैं किसी लर्नेड पर्सन से पूछूंगा ना, तो वो अपना बहुत सारा दिमाग लगाएगा एंड विल मेक ए कैलकुलेशन, फिर बोलेगा नहीं यार इससे नहीं हो सकता, और तो बता तो भाई कुछ, बिकॉज we have so many tools and techniques in mind and the calculation and the knowledge in the background. That's why we feel that this is not possible. Okay? But जिसको कोई awareness नहीं है system के बारे में, we give you 10 number of options, n number of options. We have got the wisdom, we have got the knowledge, we got the skill. Now based on the n number of options given by a layman, we start working on it. We impart some skills, knowledge on those ideas. It is likely एक हाथ तो click करेगा, है ना? So we get many of the ideas from the layman, but actually we develop those ideas. So customer तो अपनी demand दे देता है कि मुझे ऐसा product चाहिए, वैसा product चाहिए. It is we in the industry which we have to analyze, which we have to take care of the value of the product. Will it be possible to match the requirement of the customer? हमने बोल तो दिया कि इसका वैल्यू चाहिए, सेल फोन में उसने मोबाइल के साथ मीडियम होना था कम्युनिकेशन का, उसमें उसने MP3 दे दिया, नाउ वीडियो दे दिया, इंटरनेट दे दिया, और उसके साथ कैमरा दे दिया, और भी ढेर सारे फीचर्स, पूरी ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग एक्सप्लोर करेंगे आप, है ना, एवरीथिंग इंटरनेट और surfing and everything is now possible. So who demanded? How company come to know about the value to be added to the product? You know? So they go for the survey and other things. They get the input from the people and they map it into their organization and accordingly go for developing the product. And then they go for creating a smooth and continuous workflow. How this method can be developed, how this is possible in the existing cost. Without enhancing the cost, how we can go for adding more value to the product. And then thereafter establish a pull system. जैसे रेस्टोरेंट की बात है कि आप पिज़्ज़ा का ऑर्डर प्लेस करते हैं and after 10 minutes or so you get a pizza delivered to you. Okay? What is it? A pull system, है ना? As and when demand comes, we go for manufacturing. So don't overburden the industry. Don't go for overproduction in the industry. Maintain a smooth and continuous workflow. Try to maintain a minimum of your lead time as well as the manufacturing time and the delivery time. And accordingly, you promise that as and when order comes, within 10 minutes, we will be able to deliver to the customer. So, a pull system. Again, what this pull system signifies? A single piece flow, another management concept. Single piece flow, you came across kabhi? Manufacture one at a time. जैसे कार मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रही है, असेंबली हो रही है, हम कैसे करते हैं उसको? कुछ आइडिया दिमाग में, थोड़ा और डिस्कवरी? सीट कहीं बनेगी, इंजन कहीं से आएगा, गियर बॉक्स कहीं आएगा, उसका प्लास्टिक के जो पार्ट्स हैं वो और कहीं से आएंगे, एंड दे ऑल आर रिसीव्ड टुगेदर. कभी ये सप्लाई नहीं दे रहा है, कभी वो सप्लाई नहीं दे रहा है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव सो मेनी स्टोर्स for each product, each item, and huge stock is piled up. Store management becomes very difficult. So instead of that, we go for a single piece flow. Manufacture one item at a time. It means that the inventory tied up, the working capital required will be less. हम इसको क्या बोलेंगे? We are going for continuous production. We are not going for the mass production or the batch production. We are going for manufacturing a single product at a time. This is not true for all kind of products, but there are products which can be manufactured through this principle called as the single piece flow. So when we established a pull system, and lean manufacturing often suggests to go for a pull system and then facilitate continuous improvement. What is continuous improvement? आज ये किया है, हमने देख लिया कि भाई वहां पर भी एक केबल लगता है, कभी कभी एक सर आते हैं वो यहाँ पे भी मांगते हैं, है ना? So we have to provide two facilities, or we have to make improvement into the system so that the need may not arise the next time. Okay? So continuous improvement in the way you are behaving, you are manufacturing into the organization. So these are nothing but the same which I uttered as far as the 5 lean principles are concerned. The value is in terms of detailed understanding of what value the customer assigns to product and services, determines what customer will pay. हमारे यहाँ पर शायद कॉलेज में ERP होगा ना आपके यहाँ सभी. Are you satisfied with the ERP? कोई नहीं होता मुझे ख्याल से. मेरे यहाँ भी ERP है, I am not satisfied. Why? Because we are the user, we are the customer. What we want, as per my requirement, the ERP must perform. Okay? So we drive the developer. उसको बताते कि भाई ये ERP में ये फीचर लगा, और जो डेवलपर है उसको थोड़ी मालूम है कि आपके कॉलेज का सिस्टम कैसे चलता है. So the input, the value is being added by the customer, and the services determines what the customer will pay. जो value stream है, mapping of value, is accurate and complete understanding of the value stream, steps, the materials, features and movements that do not add value, they are totally eliminated. Okay? Similarly, the principle of flow is tied with making the work chain, then the pull system for the single piece flow without any synchronization, and achieving the perfection, that is going for the continuous improvement. The purpose is, the ideology is, produce as customer demands. जब मांगेगा बच्चा रोएगा तभी उसको खाने का देने का, उसके अलावा do not feed. The single piece flow, the one piece flow, focusing on one piece at a time. The tug time, this is very important in the industry. It is the speed at which the product is manufactured to meet the demand. है ना? Otherwise, जब कस्टमर आएगा तब हमने सोचा कि आप बनाते हैं, अब कितनी देर में बनेगा वो कस्टमर भी नहीं जानता और मैन्युफैक्चरर भी नहीं जानता. So this is the tug time. You have to keep lowering this tug time to a minimum possible, and then go for the zero defect. What is it? ऐसा होता है क्या कि भाई आप रेस्टोरेंट में गए, हमने पिज़्ज़ा ऑर्डर प्लेस किया, बाद में पिज़्ज़ा तो जल गया, किसी तरह उसने सर्व करने की कोशिश किया, हमने रिजेक्ट कर दिया, फिर वो गया दूसरा बना के ला के दिया. होता है ऐसा कभी? नॉर्मली तो ऐसा नहीं होता, बट एक इंस्टेंस हम इसको भी पाल के रखते हैं कि देयर इज पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ getting a defective product out of the line in the course of manufacturing. So the attempt must be into the pull system. It doesn't mean that we go for the haste and the defectives are generated. Okay? So for this again, this Pokayoka concept is being introduced. और ये इतनी सब जब माथा पच्ची हो रही थी, so they have developed a system that is called as Six Sigma. ना? क्या बोलता है? Six Sigma?
1.4 defects in a million.
In a million. 3.4 defects in a million. ना? और हम इंडियन इंडस्ट्री में कितना काम करते हैं? We work with the concept of 99.7%. Okay? हमारा जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है उसमें भी 1000 यूनिट्स हम बना रहे हैं, so we get 997 acceptable parts, 3 are rejected. इसको हम बोलते हैं ±3 सिग्मा लिमिट्स में काम कर रहे हैं हम लोग। एंड व्हाट अबाउट दीज पीपल जो 6 सिग्मा पे चलते हैं, दे गेट ओनली 3.4 डिफेक्टिव्स या 3 डिफेक्टिव्स आप बोल दें इन हाउ मेनी, इन अ मिलियन, 10 लाख में से, और हम तो 1000 में 3 बना के देते हैं, आप लेके जाइए। ओके, दैट्स व्हाई फैक्ट्री सेल लगा हुआ होता है, सेकंड्स का सेल लगा हुआ होता है, फर्स्ट कॉपी सेकंड कॉपी। ये फर्स्ट कॉपी सेकंड कॉपी बनाते थोड़ी है भाई, ये वही है जो हमारा इंस्पेक्शन प्रोसेस से रिजेक्ट होके आया है, नाउ इज ऑन डिस्काउंट। ओके, लीन की बात करते हैं, नारायण मूर्ति बोल के गया गो फॉर 70 आवर्स। हम कर रहे हैं क्या सर? 3 घंटे तो शायद 2.5 घंटे आज नहीं पढ़ा है ना। अब बेचारा वो सुनक परेशान है, आज सवेरे से काफी व्हाट्सएप पे मीम्स घूम रहे हैं, है ना, कि भाई जब पिताजी ने बोल दिए है 70 आवर्स का ट्रेनिंग है, तो वो इंग्लैंड को भी तो 70 आवर्स का ट्रेनिंग दो, 6 मैच हार गए, है ना, कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा। सो प्रॉब्लम कहाँ हो रही है? Isn't it an issue of quality, performance, delivery? They are all skilled personnel in their field. They have got the expertise, but why they are not able to deliver in time? क्या प्रॉब्लम है ऐसा? रिकॉर्ड तो बड़े बड़े हैं, कोहली तो 49 मांगने वाला है अगले मैच में शायद, 49 सेंचुरी। Then why? What out for 0? So again comes into picture the methodology or improvements. जो आपकी ट्रेनिंग में कमी है, जो फोकस या अटेंशन हमारा जो कम है ना, इट इज टू बी इम्प्रूव। वो जो वेस्ट है हमारा, दैट वेस्ट इज टू बी एलिमिनेटेड। जो डिफेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं, जो टेक्निक में डिफरेंस आ रहा है, that has to be sorted out and minimized. So this is nothing but a process of transformation, and one Mr. Rin John had said a very good line, like a good objective of leadership as far as the productivity is concerned is to help those who are doing poorly to do well, and to help those who are doing well to do even better. There are all kind of people in the organization. Some are skilled, some are semi-skilled, some are skilled. If they are skilled, it doesn't mean that we need not take care of those skilled employees. We have to more bother about those experts to hone their expertise to a greater level, and we have to take care of the semi-skilled in order to convert them into the skilled ones. So what transformation we expect through lean is, it is being implemented for the long-term perspective. It is not going to happen overnight. It's a continuous process based on the feedback system. The ultimate objective is to go for the zero waste and the zero defect. Constraints will always be there, but go for the zero waste. Go for the maximum satisfaction to the customer, offering maximum value to it. Encourage your business to be more smarter. Methodologies should be focused at creating value at every level of manufacturing and the management. Better product in shorter time and at lower cost. Focus should be on what your customer wants. Okay? Deliver it in time, deliver the promised value, don't compromise with it, and deliver in time, and maintain the consistency. The same quality, the same features are being added in terms of value and supplied to the customer every now and then. So when we go for the benefits, it is not only well suited for the manufacturing companies, but they are being universally accepted by all the organization in this world, maybe the service organization or others. Lean focuses on the entire business, not just the manufacturing, and improves the entire value stream and not just an isolated point in the chain. I have given 3 examples like Intel, जो इस सेमीकंडक्टर से के फील्ड में है या चिप्स बनाते हैं, they were facing the problems for getting a new chip into the factory. With the application of lean concepts, they have reduced this time from 14 weeks to introduce a new chip into the factory to 10 days. So those chips which they used to deliver or get in 14 days, now they are getting it in 10 days. So such an improvement they have observed into their system. In another sector, that is in the healthcare sector, based on the concept of Toyota production, the Virginia Mason, which later they have converted themselves into a diversified field in the field of academics also. So they create a unique version of lean called the Virginia Mason production system. And a faculty member of that organization, the institute, said that focusing on the highest quality and safety means pursuing zero defects in healthcare by removing waste and designing mistake-proof processes. The tools of the Virginia Mason production system support this work, but it is the culture that sustains it. So again, in the healthcare, this lean system has been introduced. In an agricultural machinery manufacturing unit, their expert has said that this project transformed our manufacturing engineering mindset, and we have put a great deal of effort into identifying the non-value added activities and eliminating them where it is possible. So every organization, every industry is getting benefit out of it. So some of the examples are in the field of manufacturing. They are being applied in software development. We often say that software development is just writing the codes and running the program, but apart from that, a lot of quality improvement tools are required. The people, those who are involved in the process of developing, they are also need to be trained. You have to think from the human point of view also, because they have to continuously work on the PCs and they have to debug, they have to enhance the quality. So lean is being applied there. Now a new term has coined, that is Lean Six Sigma. The principle of lean has been coupled with the principles, the philosophy of Six Sigma. Lean has been utilized in the startup now in terms of lean startup and as the value-based healthcare. So it makes a business more intelligent, more improved resources. The focus of the organization has been improved. The concentration is more on value addition into the product, improved efficiency and the productivity, a smarter work process has been achieved, and finally the better use of the resources and in all the terms this has been achieved by eliminating all the non-value added processes. So these are some of the tools like the 5S. 5S is very important for lean manufacturing. 5S का नाम सुना कभी? How many of you go into the kitchens? आप लोग, हम लोग तो जाते नहीं, है? Are you comfortable with your kitchen? How? Everything is systematic. So who told you about 5S? Nobody. With the practice, working in the workplace over the years, we have learned to arrange and make a layout as per the requirement. Okay, even when आप बेंच डेस्क पे बैठते हैं, बेंच पे काम करते हैं, so you arrange your books, your pen accordingly, है ना. आपका कीबोर्ड जो होता है that is also being designed, क्योंकि ये हमारी कितनी उंगलियां काम करती हैं, 8, है ना, for purpose of typing, and accordingly these keys are designed. और ये दो काम आते हैं स्पेस बार के लिए. So when we say कि that this keyboard is designed, it means some scientific reasons are there behind, so that वो Q जो यूज नहीं आता है, सबसे लास्ट में दिया है, जो वर्ड्स लेटर्स बहुत फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज होते हैं वो हमारी 2 फिंगर पे ऊपर नीचे होते हैं. ओके, ये बहुत कम यूज करते हैं. तो 5S के जो 5 मीनिंग्स हैं, दे आर लाइक सीरी, सीतो, सीसो, सिकेत्सो एंड शित्सुके. These are the 5 words. These 5 words Japanese have coined. What for? Quality improvement. What for? For your layout, for your arrangement of physical facilities. Siri means you have to sort out the things properly. Books यहाँ होना चाहिए, आपके fabrics वहाँ होना चाहिए, आपके घर में डाइनिंग यहाँ होना चाहिए, आपका स्टॉक्स वहाँ होना चाहिए. इवन आपके किचन में हम देखते हैं तो जो बॉक्सेस रखे हुए थे, दे आर ऑल्सो बीइंग लोकेटेड एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट, है ना. जो फ्रीक्वेंट रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होती, दे आर बीइंग केप्ट एट ए फार प्लेस, बट दोज व्हिच आर नीडेड फ्रीक्वेंटली, दे आर लोकेटेड क्लोज टू द यूजर. सो वी सॉर्ट आउट द थिंग्स अकॉर्डिंगली, वी सेट देम इन ऑर्डर. कोई एग्जांपल? सेट इन ऑर्डर.
टी पाउडर.
हाँ,
टी पाउडर.
हाँ, यस. चलो एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल, मैंने भी उसको पूछा भाई ये कैसे हुआ. वो हमारे इस एरिया में तो नहीं होता, बट हैव यू ट्रैवल्ड बाय ट्रेन टू कोलकाता? एनी वन ऑफ यू? ट्रेन में ऐसा सफर, वो झालमुड़ी बेचते हैं, है ना, भेल वगैरह. सो हाउ दे मैनेज, एक बड़ा सा कंटेनर है, उसमें वो रखा हुआ है मटेरियल, और 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 छोटे छोटे बॉक्सेस है, वो 1 लीटर एशियन पेंट का डब्बा, उसमें वो सारे इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं. एंड इन द सेंटर अगेन दे हैव अ पॉट. सो व्हाट दे डू, यूजिंग बोथ द हैंड्स, ये लिया यहाँ लिया, साइमल्टेनियस ऑपरेशंस, एडिंग टुगेदर. हु टोल्ड देम? दे लर्न बाय द एक्सपीरियंस, और धीरे धीरे एक टूल बन गया है, एंड इज नाउ अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट, है ना. सारे जो हमारे मसाले स्पाइसेस होते हैं उसके लिए भी एक बॉक्स होता है घर में, किचन में. व्हाट इज इट? इज बेस्ड ऑन द टेक्निक ऑफ 5S. सो हाउ यू मेंटेन योर वर्क प्लेस, यू हैव टू कीप इट क्लीन, maintain standardization and maintain discipline, or you have to sustain it. This is what is the requirement. So I have mentioned, इसमें से शायद काफी कुछ तो आप भी जानते होंगे. Just in time is there. Gemba is a very good technique. What is this Gemba? ये पुलिस करती है ना. अब वो इंडस्ट्री वाले भी सीख गए. मर्डर हो गया, व्हाट नेक्स्ट? उसको वापस उसी लोकेशन पे लेके जाते जहाँ मर्डर हुआ था. देन हाँ, सीन रिक्रिएट होता है ना. अब क्या हो रहा है हमारे इंडस्ट्री में, हम जो मैनेजमेंट प्रिंसिपल्स लगा रहे हैं उसमें हम ये देखते हैं कि भाई व्हाई दिस डिफेक्ट हैज अकर्ड, करके वादा कैसे कर रहा था, है ना. ये जो तरीका है, यदि हमने ये वाला प्रोडक्ट ऐसे उठा के रखना शुरू किया, will it function effectively? It's not going to solve the purpose. So this is what creating the scene again. एक और अच्छा है इसमें PDCA, वो भी शायद किया होगा आप लोग, कहीं पढ़ा होगा MBA में. Plan, do, check and then act. Mostly it is being used for the purpose of total quality management, है ना. वो जो गायत्री परिवार के वो स्लोगन्स लिखे होते हैं ना, उसमें आधे से ज़्यादा वही सब TQ में मिलेंगे, टोटल क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट, एनहांसिंग द क्वालिटी ऑफ ईच एंड एवरी इंडिविजुअल और ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, है ना। हम भी तो यही बोलते हैं, अरे हम सब यदि सब अच्छे से काम करेंगे तो वेस्ट या रिजेक्शन होने का सवाल ही कम पैदा हो रहा है. ओके, सो वी हैव टू कंट्रीब्यूट टुगेदर, बट हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल? डू I have the same skill as you have? No. So if the skill lag is there, so due and proper training to every individual is required. There's a TPM is there, Hoshin country is there, level scheduling is there. So many techniques are there. Kanban is there. Kanban? Kanban? कोई स्टोर्स में काम करता है हमारे यहाँ से, या किसी के पास रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है? क्योंकि फिर मुझे वहीं घर में घुसना पड़ेगा. हाउ यू मैनेज योर हाउस होल्ड्स? भाई किचन हम चला रहे हैं, है ना, हमारा चावल खत्म हो गया या आटा खत्म हो गया या शुगर खत्म हो गया, हाउ डू यू कम टू नो अबाउट इट? योर स्पाउस टेल कि भाई ये खत्म हो गया, वो लेके आ जाओ. यदि वो नहीं है, कहीं बाहर चली गई और आपको पता करना है कि भाई कितना है और कितना लाना है, हाउ विल यू डू दैट? सो दैट इज कैंडल. हाउ द ऑपरेशन इज बीइंग गोइंग ऑन, दैट इज बीइंग डिस्प्लेड ऑन अ बोर्ड कि ये एक्टिविटी है, इसमें 10 स्टेप्स हैं, सो द प्रोसेस इज इन द 3rd स्टेप और द 4th स्टेप. एंड सिमिलरली इट इज अप्लाइड इन स्टोर्स. There will be a bin in the form of a Kanban system. If there are 10 items, there will be a stock mentioned as 10. If you draw 2, so you have to write 8 there. If only 2 are left, it means that it's time now to place an order. Replenishment is required. Go for the procurement. So this is a Kanban system. One of the example is for you can say stores, another one for the processes. So at what stage your process is, whether it is running ahead of schedule, is lagging behind, that is being recorded using the Kanban system. So this is about your lean management. I give a brief of Agile and then we'll go for the case study. But sorry to say, I don't have anything to circulate among you people. A different concept it was. Okay? The lean. You have to eliminate the waste. Now what this Agile says. Go for something so that better coordination is established among the people. And where this coordination is required. हमारी इंडस्ट्री जो फिजिकल प्रोडक्ट्स बना रहे हैं, टेंजिबल आइटम्स बना रहे हैं, इतनी माथापच्ची कभी नहीं करते. ये सारे प्रॉब्लम्स कहाँ खड़े होते हैं? Into the IT industry. Software. The reason is, anyone of you aware of the system of software development? कोई background से थोड़ा बहुत? Yeah. So we often come across कि जैसे ERP की हमने बात किया, या कोई स्टार्टअप है, कोई सिस्टम हमने लगाया, कोई प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट पे हम काम कर रहे हैं. So what happens? At the moment, I have a requirement. So I will give you a set of requirement key in the software. I need this, and this. What will be your reaction? Sir, yes, okay, I will do. But when will you deliver? Sir, it will take 6 months. Because banking solution है या और भी दूसरे solutions है. But what after 6 months? Will those requirements persist? No. Those requirements will change altogether. What to do next? ऐसा तो नहीं है कि भाई बिल्डिंग बनाना है, कि 2 साल में बनने वाली है बिल्डिंग. सो टुडे वी विल फाइनलाइज एवरीथिंग, है ना. एंड वंस द फाउंडेशन वर्क स्टार्ट्स एंड वो ऊपर में आना चालू हुआ फ्लोर्स, हम उसके बाद चेंज कर सकते हैं इसमें? इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. वो तो अंदर में ही एक आध दीवार किसी ने बना लिया एक्स्ट्रा तो बना लिया, इंटीरियर चेंज कर ले भाई, अब स्ट्रक्चर चेंज नहीं हो सकता. यू हैव टू फॉलो. बट इन सॉफ्टवेयर the need today is not going to survive tomorrow. Very frequently it changes. Okay, so instead of supplying the whole product after completion of the project, instead of doing like this, you start selling your product as it progresses in development. छोटे छोटे मॉड्यूल्स थोड़ा थोड़ा बना के उसको देते जाएंगे, वो भी खुश रहेगा कि हाँ मेरा काम चल रहा है. एंड वी गेट द फीडबैक फ्रॉम द यूजर. नाउ यू सजेस्ट, यू रिकमेंड, यू कमेंट ऑन दिस. सो जो फीचर्स पहले दिन थे वो तो पूरे बदल गए, 1 महीने बाद हमारे पास पूरे नए फीचर्स आ गए. बट इट इज पॉसिबल फॉर द डेवलपर टू इनकॉर्पोरेट ऑल द चेंजेस. ओके, दिस इज व्हाट एजिलिटी इज. Okay, you must be in a position to adapt the changes as your work progresses. बैंकिंग सिस्टम हम बदल सकते हैं, है ना. कस्टमर केयर, आर यू ऑल हैप्पी विद द कस्टमर केयर? क्या प्रॉब्लम है इसके साथ? एक ही प्रॉब्लम है शायद, ये फोन नहीं उठाते, है ना. कॉल वेटिंग बहुत है. बट यदि हम कस्टमर केयर के पहले वाली बात करें, द प्रीवियस वर्जन, देयर वाज नो फैसिलिटी. आपको कोई कंप्लेंट है तो कंपनी के ऑफिस में जाना पड़ेगा. कंपनी का ऑफिस कहाँ है? मुंबई में है. तो मुंबई जाके भी वो मिलेगा क्या जगह पे? और स्टेट बैंक के किस्से तो हमको सबको पता है, SBI के एक से एक जोक्स है ना. सो नथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी सॉल्व्ड. दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई वी हैव इनकॉर्पोरेटेड दिस. ओके, इन द प्रीवियस सिस्टम कोई कंप्लेंट है तो वो बोलेगा कि भाई इसके पास भेज दे. वो बोलता है ये मेरा काम नहीं है, ये तो उसका काम है. वो बोलता है ये वाली कंप्लेंट मेरे पास क्यों भेजा, वो उसको भेज. Now what happens in the customer care? They registered the case, you know, they registered the complaint. They give you tokens or number of complaint. They register it, and they are all aware of, because of a software system, कि ये जो complaint आई है ये किस particular बंदे तक जाना है. And accordingly the complaint is passed on, and within 2 or 3 days a repairman, a service engineer knocks your door. Okay, so such a system has been improved, and this is because of agile management. Manufacturing में इसलिए नहीं बोल रहा कि this is a management institute, otherwise it is agile engineering. Okay, so agile is more recent, has been developed taking care of the software industry, and this has been recently बोलते बोलते भी 20-22 साल तो हो गए इसको. They have declared one manifesto that is called as the Agile Manifesto. This has rapidly expanded into other industries as well, like telecommunication में चला गया है, banking में इन्होंने बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दिया है. Forget about SBI, but ICICI, HDFC, Axis banks, जितना भी प्राइवेट बैंक्स आ रहे हैं जो सारे ऑटोमेशन पे चले गए हैं, all are performing very very well. Then rather than the traditional process of developing a new product or service, which is used to be highly sequential and time consuming, agile is more quicker and more flexible. They don't wait you for long कि भाई 1 साल बाद आपका प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट होगा. They offer you product in no time. ये प्रोडक्ट इतना रेडी है, this is for your service and you are able to use it. These agile models, they use the iterative process. What is it? Iteration? We go for using it repeatedly by changing the input every time at very small intervals. It's an iterative process we call कि भाई एक बार करेंगे हमें रिजल्ट नहीं मिलता है तो हमें थोड़े से जो इनपुट है वो एडजस्ट करके चेंज करेंगे. अगेन वी डू इट. आफ्टर डूइंग इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स वी अराइव एट ए सोल्यूशन. 11-12 में सबने किया होगा इटरेशन. साइंस वाले भी बैकग्राउंड वाले हो टाइट्रेशन है ना. तो उसमें हम हाँ टाइट्रेशन इट इज. बट एक बार में तो हमारा कलर चेंज होता नहीं है. सो वी कीप ऑन डूइंग इटरेशन कि भाई रीडिंग 11 mm पे आया था तो कलर ज्यादा हो गया बोल दिया मैडम ने इंडिकेटर का. तो फिर नेक्स्ट टाइम दिस इज कॉल्ड इट इटरेशन. द प्रोसेस इज टाइट्रेशन. So agile project management is a process for managing a project that involves constant collaboration and working in iterations. It works off the basis that a project can be continuously improved upon throughout its life cycle and adapt to changes quickly. An example is आप घर में इंटीरियर्स कराते हैं. जो पहले दिन बात होती है, अभी रिसेंटली किसी ने कराया है घर का इंटीरियर वगैरह. जो पहले दिन बात होती है कि भाई मुझे यहाँ पर ये चाहिए, वहाँ ये चाहिए, वहाँ ये चाहिए. ऐसा होता है क्या? कभी नहीं होता. क्यों? क्योंकि जब मीटिंग होती है ना तब आर्किटेक्ट ओनर होता है और थोड़े दिन बाद बहुत इन दोनों के बीच में बहुत कम जगह होती है और उसमें बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स और बहुत सारे रिलेटिव्स आ जाते हैं, है ना. और उसमें से एक भी प्रोफेशनल नहीं है, लेकिन उनका जो नॉलेज है वो बियॉन्ड इमेजिनेशन होता है ना. वो आके बताता है ऐसा थोड़ी होता है, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. इधर ये कर उधर वो कर, दूसरे दिन सवेरे फिर वो आर्किटेक्ट को बुलाया भाई ये चेंज कर, है ना. सो व्हाट इज इट? कंटिन्यूअस फीडबैक टू द कस्टमर. सो फिर आर्किटेक्ट कर रहा है. व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड? द इटरेशन प्रोसेस. इट इज अ जॉइंट कोलैबोरेशन. ओके. मोस्टली इवॉल्व थ्रू द सॉफ्टवेयर इंडस्ट्री कि जो क्लाइंट है हमारा वो बार बार बता रहा है कि नहीं अब ये कर, अब इसमें ये चेंजेस कर. सवेरे रात भर काम किया, फिर सब लेके गया, उसको दिखाया, रात में उसका फिर दिमाग बदल गया. सो दिस इज ओनली पॉसिबल व्हेन वी आर गोइंग फॉर द अजाइल मैनेजमेंट. द अजाइल सिंपली मीन्स कंटिन्यूअस इंक्रीमेंटल इंप्रूवमेंट थ्रू स्मॉल एंड फ्रीक्वेंट रिलीजेस. थोड़ा थोड़ा बना के उसको दिखाना. गारमेंट्स की बात आती है ना, आप स्टिचिंग पे जाते हैं, शायद 3 पीस 2 पीस कोट सूट बनाते हैं. आप तो साइज लेता है आपका और तुरंत बना के नहीं देगा, है ना. आपको बोलेगा एक हफ्ते बाद आना, विल गो फॉर अ ट्रायल, देन गो फॉर द सेकंड ट्रायल एंड देन विल फाइनलाइज. व्हाट इज इट? इट्स ए प्रोसेस, है ना. कि भाई इस तरीके से वो एक सिस्टम डेवलप करके रखा हुआ है उन्होंने. एंड अकॉर्डिंगली बेस्ड ऑन द फीडबैक ऑफ द क्लाइंट दे गो फॉर डेवलपिंग अ प्रोडक्ट और फाइनलाइजिंग द प्रोडक्ट. सो दिस इज द methodology as far as agile is concerned. Defining the requirement of the client or the user and the analysis of the concept as far as the customer requirement is concerned. This is in terms of the requirement definitions and determining the current state and the expectations. Then this is adopted by a second step that is called as the planning of the sprints. एक method है Scrum. One of the methodology for working out or executing agile. In that, we break down the elements into the chunks, and each chunk is called as sprints. भाई एक बहुत बड़ा प्रोसेस है, इसको हमने 10 पार्ट्स पे बना दिया and is given to 10 different people. After completion of each unit, it will be assembled together. Same thing happens in the software development में. The entire software has been divided into number of modules, and हर मॉड्यूल पे अलग अलग लोग काम करते हैं, उनको एज ए प्रोजेक्ट देते हैं, वो टीम काम करती है एंड एज एंड व्हेन द वर्क इज ओवर फिर एक यूनिफिकेशन के लिए एक अलग टीम होती है जो सारे मॉड्यूल्स को कंपाइल करते हैं. The third one is the collaborative design development. From the beginning of the process, the end user's involvement and feedback is critical. हर स्टेज पे जो आपका क्लाइंट है वो आपके साथ पूरी समय इन्वॉल्व रहेगा and will be giving you the required feedback as well. The next step is create and implement. The frequent development delivery through the sprints. Feedback on testing and appropriate changes are imperative. So once you develop a model, you go for its exhibition, explanation to the client. If the client is satisfied, then we'll give acceptance to it, that go ahead. If not satisfied, we'll raise more demand, we'll make more queries, raise more objections, we'll give more feedback, and that those all feedbacks is to be incorporated into your process or the system. Finally, once the feedback are being incorporated and is again developed, it is sent for the review and monitor to ensure that whatever final product has been developed is in conformance with the requirement as specified by the client or the customer. So in 2001 actually, a group of people come together and discuss over this issue, that this has been a recurring problem in the industry. So they come out with a solution and they have declared one manifesto that is called as the Agile Manifesto, in which they maintain that the individuals and interactions over processes and tools. They have advocated for the individual and जो interactions हैं उसका जो value addition है, that will be taken care of. They will be taking help of the working software over the comprehensive documentation. जो पहले होता था कि गया डॉक्यूमेंट करके लाया, नोट्स बना के लाया, फिर हम उसको डेवलप कर रहे हैं. Instead of that, they will be working in conjunction with the clients in order to have the difficulty sorted out then and there. Instead of going for the contract negotiation कि इतना काम करेंगे हम, इस समय में करेंगे, इसके बाद कॉस्ट का escalation होगा. Instead of going for those negotiations, better to have the customer collaboration, so that at a later stage, because of some dispute or contradictions or argument, we may not lose our valuable customer. Then the insist is on responding to change over following a plan. Whatever plan we are following over there, we should be responding to the changes which are likely to occur. So these are the 4 cores actually they have been specified in the Agile Manifesto. So apart from these 4 core values, there are 12 principles which guide the Agile teams. I just read it out. The first principle is the highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of the valuable software. कितने दिन में दे सकते हैं एक software? Because we are working with fragmentations. We have divided the entire task into elements or the modules. So in minimum of time, we can ensure the delivery of the product. We welcome changing requirements even late in the development. ऐसा होता है क्या नहीं कि पूरा घर का पेंट मार दिया उसके बाद बोले कि नहीं ये कलर पसंद नहीं आ रहा दूसरा लगा, ऐसा नहीं होता. But if you are maintaining agile, You develop the product so that even at the last stage of delivery, there is equal chance of amendment in the process or in the features or the value of the product. Deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a preference to the shorter time scale. पूरा प्रोडक्ट एक साथ देने के बजाय नॉर्मली इट हैपेंस कि भाई a lot of 100 is required, okay, instead of sending a lot of 100 I will send 10 tomorrow in the morning. Will it be okay? Yes, the client is satisfied. उसका ये काम शुरू है, उसकी फैक्ट्री चल रही है, the vendor is committed to supply the raw material, maybe in parts, but the supply is not going to interrupt or halt the production. The business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. जो हमारा B2B चलता है, B2C चलता है, इनके बीच में एक healthy relationship और interaction establish करना on the daily basis. We have to build projects around the motivated individuals, those who are spirited, those who are committed to work in time, those who have developed a work culture. So give them the environment, a support they need, and trust them to get the job done. So for this, you have to give the training, you have to involve a culture in your organization, and you have to keep your employees inspired to work and to adopt the changes which are coming up from the clients every now and then. The next is the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. Normally क्या होता है? We also have got an habit जब से ERP आया है, we have minimized the fact कि जाके बॉस को बताना कि मैं कल नहीं आने वाला हूँ या आज मैं जल्दी जाने वाला हूँ, मैंने ये काम कर लिया वो कर लिया. Now what we do? ERP टिक टिक टिक, अब वो बॉस का काम है, मैंने तो दे दिया है ना, अब तुम देखते बैठो. This doesn't develop good healthy relation. फिर बॉस बोलता है यार आजकल ये दिख नहीं रहा है, फिर उसको किसी बात पे एक नोटिस सर्व किया जाए तब तो मिलने आएगा, है ना. So best thing is sit together. सिर्फ मेल में 10 बुलेट्स डाल दिया कि these are the shortcomings, you take care of this. Normally there is a misconception and a misunderstanding between the client and the developer या जो प्रोसेस मैन्युफैक्चरर है या जो सर्विस प्रोवाइडर है, वो बताना कुछ चाहता है, क्लाइंट समझता कुछ है, लेकिन वही 10 पॉइंट जब हम डिस्कशन पे ऑन द टेबल अक्रॉस द टेबल आते हैं, so they get reduced to only 2 or 3. Other remains as a scrap. Then working software is the primary measure of progress. जो भी सॉफ्टवेयर हम डेवलप कर रहे हैं वो वर्किंग सॉफ्टवेयर होना चाहिए हमारे पास. Progress and success is measured by working software, that is the component software which ready to get delivered to the customer or it is delivered to the customer. Next is the agile process promotes sustainable development. The developments which are going to last long. 6 सिग्मा लगा दिया कंपनी ने, डिफेक्ट फ्री हो गया, बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है, उसके बाद भी एक दिन कंपनी बैठ गई. 6 सिग्मा नाम तो सुना है ना, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने बताया, उसके पहले भी सुना होगा, है ना. नाउ हु इंट्रोड्यूस 6 सिग्मा? मैंने नहीं, मोटोरोला. वेयर इज मोटोरोला? जिसने भी इंट्रोड्यूस किया किसी का भला नहीं हुआ, है ना. बिकॉज इंट्रोड्यूसिंग सच कॉन्सेप्ट इन इंडस्ट्री इज वेरी एक्सपेंसिव एंड इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू कोप अप विद दिस राइजिंग एक्सपेंडिचर इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. मोटोरोला एक डिजास्टर और फेल्यूर, बाद में उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा रिकवर कर लिया. ये जो हम लीन की बात कर रहे हैं, टोयोटा ये भी पूरा हिल गया, बाद में इन्होंने भी रिकवर किया। ये जो ऑटोमोबाइल्स है ये कहां से आए सब? फ्रॉम वेयर दे स्टार्टेड? इंडिया या यूएस, है ना? कौन सी जगह? डेट्रॉइट। क्या हुआ डेट्रॉइट का? एक बड़ी अच्छी, जैसे हम बोलते हैं MIDC इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया, डेट्रॉइट इन यूएस, so many industries were there, demand was on the rise, 4-wheeler आ गया, कार आ गई है, सबको चाहिए कार, so with manual machine they switched over to mechanized one, mechanically automated, then they have gone for the flexible type of systems, automated machines. उस पे भी उनको तसल्ली नहीं हुई। जैसे हम मैनेजमेंट की बात करते हैं ना, देयर आर 4 स्पेशलाइजेशन, मार्केटिंग, फिनांस, HRM एंड एक छूट गया, उसको कोई याद नहीं करता, वी ऑपरेशंस, है ना? विच इज द बेस्ट वन? बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स। साहब बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स की हालत ये है कि सबको चाहिए बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स। जब हम बोर्ड पे कुछ लिखते हैं ना, तो सामने बैठे वालों को कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता, उनको अभी हाइपोथेसिस ही नहीं समझ में आती, है ना? अब वो टाइप 1 एरर है या टाइप 2 एरर है, नल हाइपोथेसिस है, अरे नल है तो फिर हाइपोथेसिस काय की हुई? लेकिन हमें चाहिए बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स, वी वांट टू वर्क ऑन एक्सेल। सो सिर्फ एक्सेल पे ही काम करना है तो फिर MBA हम करने क्यों आए यहाँ पर, है ना? सो ये फिनेंस वाले जितने हैं, दिस इशू इज वेरी क्रिटिकल फॉर देम, कि वो एक्सेल पे काम करना और इतनी बड़ी रेशियो एनालिसिस करना, और जो काम होता है इंडस्ट्री में ऑपरेशंस वाले, उस तरफ कोई जाना नहीं चाहता। सो हमारी पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी ने भी उसको ये कर दिया है कि वो ऑपरेशंस का नाम ही हटा दिया, उससे स्पेशलाइजेशन, उसको हम बेच रहे हैं ऑपरेशंस एंड सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट, है ना? बिकॉज इन द नेम ऑफ सप्लाई चेन यू आर एबल टू सेल योर प्रोडक्ट, अदरवाइज नो वन इज, no buyer is available in the market for operations. So these are the facts. So what do you believe कि कौन सा स्पेशलाइजेशन अच्छा है और कहाँ इंसिस्ट करना चाहिए, and why the student opt for? All go for marketing, है ना? Because efforts कम लगाने पड़ते हैं, ऑपरेशंस में एफर्ट्स ज्यादा लगाने पड़ते हैं, फाइनेंस में माथा पच्ची ज्यादा है, एंड व्हाई नॉट HRM? हमारे तो स्टूडेंट्स ये भी नहीं बता पाते कि व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट एंड HRM। हमने पूरी मिनिस्ट्री बना के रखा है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मिनिस्ट्री, मिनिस्टर कोई भी हो, उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है ना? न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी भी ला दिया हमने। तो रीजन है जो डेट्रॉइट है ना, वो जो FMS के तरफ गया, फाइनल फ्लेक्सिबल ऑटोमेशन के तरफ गया, सेलुलर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की तरफ सब चला गया, ये तो सब हो गया, बट जो सपोर्टिंग में पीछे से मैन आना चाहिए था, ह्यूमन बीइंग विद ड्यू ट्रेनिंग एंड एवरीथिंग, दे वर ऑल मिसिंग। इट वाज अ बिग डिजास्टर, और पूरा डेट्रॉइट जो था वो पूरा कोलैप्स हो गया, पूरा खत्म ही हो गया उसका खेल। तो डेट्रॉइट टाइप ऑटोमेशन सिर्फ बुक्स में है एज ए सिलेबस, एकेडमिक्स में बच्चों को पढ़ने के लिए कि ऐसा कभी कुछ हुआ करता था, है ना? सो उसके बाद ये जो MBA जो हमारा शुरू हुआ ऑपरेशन से, वो फिर HRM के तरफ गया, पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट की तरफ गया, फिर मार्केटिंग के कॉन्सेप्ट आए। नाउ एवरीवन इज फोकसिंग अगेन ऑन क्वालिटी इंप्रूवमेंट। कोई भी स्पेशलाइजेशन से हो, योर क्वालिटी मैटर्स। सो जितना भी ये नया कॉन्सेप्ट आते हैं, सो इट टेक्स टाइम टू इवॉल्व। वी टॉक ऑफ टोटल क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट, इट्स अ पार्ट एक्सटेंशन फॉर लीन। ISO का नाम सुना करते थे, अब कोई सुनता है कैसा ISO? ISO is common. International Standard Organization is common for all the industry. You maintain some documents in your organization, pay the requisite fees, an auditor will visit your workplace, your office, will sign a certificate. Now you are ISO certified company. And what it says? Huh? Does it ensure quality? No, it only assures quality. कि भाई हमारे पास सर्टिफिकेट, हम तो अच्छा ही काम करते हैं, तो प्रोडक्ट भी अच्छा ही होगा. ले जा भाई, एक भरोसा है, जो होगा तो तेरी किस्मत है, जैसा काम करेगा. So, the continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances the agility. So, technical expertise in develop karna within the employees and have good interaction with the clients gives you the desired results. The extrinsic as well as the intrinsic, because customer satisfaction is important. वो खुश है तो सब खुश है ना. बाद में कई बार हमारे साथ भी होता है, क्या क्लाइंट था, कुछ भी किया, खुश है ना, जाने दे. बट हम कितने, जो हमारी जॉब प्रोफाइल है, जो जॉब एनरिचमेंट की हम बात करते हैं, जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन की बात करते हैं, HRM वाले, मिलता है क्या हमें? देन व्हाट वी डू, यार मजा नहीं आ रहा है यहाँ पे, व्हाट नेक्स्ट? स्विच ओवर. क्या करेंगे? सिंगल मिनट एक्सचेंज ऑफ डाई. आइडेंटिफाई करो कल से दूसरा. नेक्स्ट प्रिंसिपल बोलता है सिंप्लिसिटी होना. और सिंप्लिसिटी भी कैसी होना? द आर्ट ऑफ मैक्सिमाइजिंग द अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क नॉट डन. जो नहीं कर रहे हैं ऐसे काम ज्यादा होना, जो कर रहे हैं वो काम कम होना. तभी तो हमको जो साइकिल टाइम है उसको हम कम कर पाएंगे. The best architectures, requirements and design emerge from self-organizing team. This is reference to your again software. This can be converted into the manufacturing processes or your marketing, you can say the processes. At regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjust its behavior accordingly. आप कितने भी बड़े ऑफिसर हो, कितना भी स्किल एक्सपर्टाइज हो, यू माइट बी स्पेशलिस्ट इन योर फील्ड, बट योर बॉस इज, वो हमारा कस्टमर. वो हम बोलते हैं ना, ग्राहक का संतोष ही हमारा लक्ष्य होता है. सो क्लाइंट इज द बॉस. सो these are the few of the methodologies as far as the agile is concerned, where we make use of the Scrum. We often use some principles of Lean, the Kanban, the Crystal, and the XP programming, extreme programming. This is also used. और ये जो SDM है, Dynamic Systems, ये जितने भी methodology हैं, they are specifically being used for the purpose of software development. This have very, I would say, they are seldom used for other processes, and that's why I am not discussing this here. So I just compare both and give you some case studies. So the customers are now more demanding nowadays. Earlier it was not like, earlier it was monopoly. थोड़े दिन में क्या वही गया है वैसे भी. न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, what it says, you decide your own course, है ना? I'm a faculty, I'm a specialist in operations and supply chain. Those interested in operations supply chain, you come to me. You decide your own course, you decide your own credits, and you complete those number of credits, visiting n number of faculties, get their certificates, and you will get a degree of MBA. So you have your own curriculum. So what is it? Again, जो student है हमारा, he is customer. उसको पता है क्या बात? बैठेंगे स्टूडेंट, नहीं तो ये फिर डिमांड करना चालू कर देंगे कि भाई we are the customer, you are the service provider. आप नॉलेज इम्पार्ट करते हैं, so I don't know this. explain it once again. Na? Because they are the God, customer. So Industry 4.0 technologies have enabled genuine breakthroughs in the cost, convenience and customization, creating extraordinary values for buyers while raising the performance bar for producers ever higher. जब से अभी तो ये 4.0 ये जो 5.0 और होने वाला है, तो और कितना complicated होगा system. Like every now and then we are talking about the AI and the data sciences. So many of the employees are losing their winning streak and losing employment. The reason is AI. They are not losing actually. They have failed to match with the requirement. So now everyone is looking at acquiring the skills of AI and the data sciences. So after a gap of say 6 months or 1 year, again there will be chance of new employment. एक तरीका ही बदल जाएगा. Okay? The volatility that never entirely disappears complicates the leaders' effort to make lasting changes in their organization. Every time हमें तो यही लगता था कि बस कॉलेज चल रहा है, अच्छे से चल रहा है, प्रिंसिपल अपनी जगह बैठा है, स्टाफ चेंबर में बैठा है. Gone are the days. Whatever system what you have maintained, this has been driven by the society, driven by the market. So you have to be on the toes now. You have to be customized and ready to be driven by the market trends. The institutions ranging from aerospace manufacturers to tax authorities have nevertheless persisted, focusing their efforts on lean management and agile. Like जैसे banking systems change हो गया, income tax department. Have you come across this department? Income tax? शायद नहीं. हमने कितना काम किया है? वो फॉर्म नंबर 16 मिला हमको. And what next? Go to the consultant with those documents of investment, then the certificates of housing loan. और उसने जो कैलकुलेशन किया, yes sir, agree. कितने थोड़े बहुत बचा दिया ना? Good. So what income tax department has done? They have reduced all the waste. Now everything is online. In no minutes, you get your return file, and now it is within a week or in a fortnight, you get the refund also. A copy of assessment you get immediately. So what is it? This is agility in providing the services. Both methodologies, the lean and the agile, have proven their worth as integrated system for helping improve performance. These two methodologies complement one another in a way that increase the impact they generate, and often by deploying Industry 4.0 technologies to speed the transformation. So the top performing companies are now combining the tools of both the methodologies, and they are using it as a hybrid model. The organization elements from each to form a custom solution that meets the company's unique needs more completely and quickly than has been possible. So one alone doesn't guarantee good results, but the features best of both, if combined together, they act as supplement to each other. So there are few points of the comparison. They share the same fundamental objective to enable development teams to deliver what customers will love or to have. There are similarities in the foundational construct and differences in the implementation. They go for the same objective. The lean management reorganizes teams that previously worked separately because they need good coordination. So they went for establishing the team, and a collaborative work, a collective work is expected. The agile encourages the cross-functional team to the same end. Whenever this agile comes into the picture, so one as an individual is assigned a task, but all are interdependent. So every at the end of the day or in the beginning of the day, every time they have a meeting with the cross-functional team. What objectives they have set, what they have achieved, what you can say difficulties have arisen, why the roadblocks are coming up, how to remove this. So they go on discussing and they make changes or amendments in the performance of the individual's task. So they provide for the fast delivery, the continuous improvement, as well as the teamwork. The fast delivery is possible because we are breaking down into the small batches, that is providing the sprints. The delivery is having the incremental value. Instead of supplying the entire project, finally after completion, we are supplying it at regular interval in steps and stages, fragmented it is. So delivery is fast, it provides consistent updates to the customer. Like schemes हैं हमारे यहाँ बहुत सारी, हम सोसाइटी में फ्लैट बुक करते हैं, एश्योरेंस क्या होता है? 2 साल बाद मिल जाएगा, मिलता कब है? आफ्टर ए डिले, है ना? So but it is not so in case of agile. You are constantly in interaction with the supplier or the developer or the project manager. So you get the update at what stage your product is by means of Kanban. As far as continuous improvements is concerned, they are able to identify the bottlenecks, and these bottlenecks can be removed very well. They optimize the workflow to drive the efficiency, adopt work management methodologies, that is Kaizen, as far as continuous improvement is concerned, and the Scrum for you can say the division of task as far as the Scrum methodology is concerned for agile methodology. Important is the teamwork, and teamwork is possible when we have a good relationship, there is trust among the team members and the trust of the organization on the team. Then only the team members or the team will be motivated and will be committed to work. They provide for the collaboration and empowers teams with the increased autonomy. This lean management and agile share a set of foundational objectives in terms of they enable people to lead and contribute to their fullest potential. They get the authority. They get the authority to make the decision. They get the authority to make amendments as per the requirement of the clients. So they need not have to always seek the permission or grant of the higher authorities, the boss and the management for making the changes in the process. They provide for the connecting strategies, goals and the meaningful purposes. Allows for discovering better ways of working. Means this are the authorities in both lean management as well as in the agile. They provide for delivering value efficiently to the customer. The objective of both the lean as well as agile is to deliver the value efficient product. These are some of the common mindset as well as far as agile and lean is concerned in terms of the team models, the ways of working and the toolkits which they are using. As far as the tools are concerned, I have given you a list of the 20 tools including those Kaizen, PDCA, Kanban, Zidoka, the Zira, and so many tools are there. 5S technique is there, the visual management technique is there. This is more associated with lean, but as far as agile is concerned, they go for backlog consolidation and backlog rectification. They go for identifying or defining the sprints. The ways of working for lean is under Kaizen, Kanban, Zidoka, but as far as agile is concerned, they go for the Scrum, the extreme programming, and the Kanban. So to overlap between agile and lean leads many teams to seek out a blended approach. There are some advantages of lean, some of agile. So they come with a compromise of both the methodologies, and they go for a unite, you can say, method as a hybrid model for agile and lean methodology for the sustainable performance, you can say. So the scale agile framework, for example, brings in value of both agile and lean and applies them to the large organization. They might use Kanban to create systems at different levels of the organization, while also supporting agile approaches through program increments and Scrum. So at one end, they are using Kanban and Kaizen. On the other hand, they are making use of the Scrums. The difference between the two methods is this. Agile emphasizes on the working softwares, while lean demands for eliminating the waste. Agile focuses on the people, lean focuses on the process. Agile uses to manage the uncertainty. Uncertainty in demand, uncertainty in fulfill the requirement. They manage that, while the lean believes in delivering the value of values in the product to the customer. As far as the workflow is concerned, it is smooth and continuous in case of lean, but it is iterative. Every now and then you have to go for the changes. Iterative process is to be adopted in the agile process. Agile believes in embracing the changes. जो भी changes आ रहे हैं in the working environment, in the market, they are ready to adopt it. But this is not possible in case of lean, because once the product has been defined and product has been developed, only thing is you can minimize the cycle time or the waste associated with it, but you can't change the features of the product or the value of the product. So it is very, very difficult to make changes in the product as far as the lean is concerned. So I put forward the two methodologies in terms of the two case studies. One is with financial institution dramatically improves the customer service, and another one is related with a mining company which creates a new operating system. और फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन में ऐसा लगेगा कि ये बात SBI की हो रही है, but it is not related with the State Bank of India. Okay? So you go through the case. The financial service provider was struggling with the customer service. Its contact center was taking far too long to resolve the inquiries, up to 8 weeks in some cases. In part because the specialist teams were overwhelmed by the sheer volume of customer requests. Because the people at the desk are few and the complaints are large in number. So genuinely it was not possible for the customer complaints receiver to entertain all the requests in a single day. So the lead time was more than 8 weeks. Worse, the firm had no designated owner for the entire customer service journey. Instead, it operated under a traditional structure in which requests were passed from one function to another function. As I told you earlier that whenever there is a complaint, they developed a habit to pass it on that this is not my job. Yes, you go to that desk or that table or some other personnel. So that has been, you can say, a strategy of the department to get evade of the functions of customer complaint resolution. Each function operated independently, tracking performance metrics only for their own slice of the process. So no one was looking at the entire experience from a customer's perspective. So it was like, my job is to receive the complaint, I have received it. My job is to sort it out, so I will do it tomorrow. Once it is being sorted out, has been sent to a particular person, so that person will take care of it, but no accountability is there. So that's why the customer's care complaint is not rectified and is being delayed. So when this action is being taken for lean, application of lean and the agile methodologies, they come to the rescue of the customer. The company used a combination of lean management and the agile tools to improve. From the lean management toolkit, it used the value stream mapping. So what actually customer wants, that has been mapped with the system they have developed. So the mapping is carried out and design thinking to completely rethink and restructure the customer experience for a given transaction or process. It also revamped the key performance indicator to better reflect specific goals. For example, how fast a customer could get his or her issue resolved. For Agile, the company created self-managing cross-functional teams to improve the collaboration and faster accountability. It means that now they are interacting with the customer. They have developed the cross-functional teams. The new self-managing team enabled employees to handle all type of customer requests from end to end. The management also established a single point of contact. You did not have to go desk to desk for resolution of your complaint, but at a single window, everything will be resolved. So management established a single point of contact for each process to reduce the number of internal handoffs and improve the customer engagement. So because of this, collectively, this approach led to a 90% reduction in the average time required to resolve a customer complaint. Now, with the use of the ERP system and the new startup has come up for dedicated purposes, this cycle time has been further reduced. Not surprisingly, the customer satisfaction scores increased by 30%. The time has been reduced by 90%, but the customer is still not satisfied. So we have to identify more means how this level of customer satisfaction can be improved. So instead of the visit of the customer till the office of the financial institution, that can also be eliminated, considering it as a waste. So develop an app of the financial institution, and through that app from anywhere you can register your complaint, and that can be resolved immediately if possible. So that may further enhance the customer satisfaction. The reorganization means that teams are no longer bogged down by bureaucracy now, and instead can see how their individual contributions have a direct result on the customer experience and thus on the company's overall performance. So every individual is given the authority. Now they are made responsible. They are accountable for the job they have been assigned. So that's why the process has become faster. Customer satisfaction is on the rise. Another one is a mining company. See, a very good company it is, Nothing is written worst about it as far as this case study is concerned. Even then, the company was in trouble. A global mining company had been deploying lean management tool among the frontline units for more than a decade with significant success. The frontline operations at a mining site have several attributes. They have the physical operations, the constant workflow, the predictable customer specifications, and repeatable processes that make them ideal for lean approaches like the Six Sigma. Because जैसे हम कार मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट बोलते हैं या जो फास्ट कंज्यूमिंग गुड्स हैं, the demand never ceases. So the customer or the demand is highly predictable. We can forecast that last year the demand was so this year is going to be this much, and next year this is going to be such and such, and for that we may develop some strategies so we'll be able to meet our goals. As far as this mining industry is concerned, if suppose it's a matter of coal mining, so the demand is not going to reduce in the future as well. Always, as far as mining industry is concerned, there is a rise of 15 to 20% every year. So from that point of view, this is a very well saturated system as far as mining industry is concerned. Even then, what happened? See next. However committed and progress had stalled in recent years, to jumpstart gains, the company began to apply some agile tools, ways of working and team models. इतने पे भी उसको satisfaction नहीं हो रहा है. यदि हम झारखंड का सिस्टम देखेंगे तो जितना एक्सट्रैक्शन होता है वहाँ से कोल का या जो हम और निकाल रहे हैं इन छत्तीसगढ़, you will find that 50% of the extracted material is lost because of pilferage or the theft. So this is the major reason why the companies, the major extracting companies are suffering the losses. So that's why they have gone for the agile tools. Even in a process industry like mining, many activities require cross-functional collaboration and operating in variable environments, from developing new strategies and engineering process improvements to deploying innovative technologies. So agile team models such as the cross-functional squad are ideally suited to that kind of work and deliver impressive the results. And the results are to the tune of increase in the speed by 200%. Suppose they were able to extract some 500 tons in a particular you can say locality. So now they are extracting 1000 tons. And if cross-functional fuel and energy transformation squad identified and delivered $10 million of value within the month. So the saving is in terms of fuel and energy in the efforts, as well as they have increased the speed by 200%. The company found that the agile transformation could be the banner to improve and reinvigorate the existing lean management program. They selected a few specific tools from the agile toolkit and integrated these into the daily lean management led operations. So previously they were using lean, now they have adopted the agile functions as well. The company established 4-week sprint cycles. This is the methodology being used for agile. A time period that aligned with the rotation of workers at the front line. At the beginning of each sprint, teams gather to look over the plan for the upcoming 4 weeks and identify the key events such as major projects, visits by the leader, or onboarding of the new employees along with 1 or 2 teams where they want to explicitly focus their improvement activities. So they have divided into the various tasks. Similarly, at the end of each sprint, teams hold a retrospective session to analyze their performance against the objectives for that sprint and identify how they can work together more effectively in the future. So at the end of the session, going into the retrospective session, what in the morning or what in the beginning of the month they have decided, and at the end of the month what objectives they have fulfilled and what they have achieved at the end. This relatively simple change combined with the renewed focus on daily stand-ups and visual management led to a significant increase in engagement among the workforce, and over 90% of frontline teams actively owning improvement initiatives, and approximately 130 incremental improvements delivered within the first 3 months. 130 incremental improvements, it means that they have adopted Agile along with the Lean. They are using the sprints of the Scrums with the Kanban and the Kaizen, and that's why they were able to bring those incremental improvements. So as these two examples shows, Lean management and Agile are both powerful systems, and companies don't need to choose between them as either or the options. Companies can apply this all of the above approach, choose the tools and applications that are most relevant for their needs, and thus generate even greater improvement across the entire organization. So it is not like that if one company is using Kaizen or a Kanban, though every company will follow suit. Every company is designed for a different process or purposes. So they have different objectives, they have a different kind of workforce. So judiciously they have to make selection about the tools and techniques as pertains to their Agile or the Lean system. You see, one more case as far as Agile application is concerned in the field of banking. They faced several challenges. Is a Hungarian technology startup. In its journey towards becoming an Agile organization, they experienced rapid growth. They struggled with its hiring strategy, organizational development, and successful implementation of the Agile practices. Because it is a startup. So, as being a startup with very limited number of employees, you have to cater your clients. So it is not like a TCS or Info or Wipro or Cognizant like of company where they are hiring in bulks in thousands of numbers and maintaining a large bench strength. In a startup, they work with very limited number of experienced people. So they cannot afford, and this is the reason why they go for Agile. So how they have solved it? They implemented a structured recruitment process, a dedicated recruitment team with a targeted job posting. We need a person for that particular reason only. सिर्फ जावा पे काम करने वाला चाहिए हमें, सिर्फ पाइथन पे काम करने वाला चाहिए, इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे काम करने वाला चाहिए, इस ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम पे काम किया हुआ बंदा यदि इसने इतने आवर्स पे इतने डेवलपिंग किया होगा, then only we'll go to hire, otherwise we'll go for someone else. And rigorous interviews to attract the skilled candidates. It is not like कि हमने 4 लोगों की टीम भेजा एक कॉलेज कैंपस के लिए, इंटरव्यू हुआ and hire them. They have to go rigorous interviewing process in multiple stages. ये जो startup होते हैं, they go to the extent of 6 to 7 stages. They restructure the company into cross-functional teams. They have divided people into the groups as per the expertise required. Promoting better collaboration. Agile management training and coaching were provided to all employees, and with online courses playing a crucial role. Agile teams with trained Scrum Masters and product owners were established, and Agile ceremonies like daily stand-up, were introduced to enhance collaboration and transparency. This has become a routine of all the software industries to have stand-ups daily. They frequently call for meetings, they frequently call for discussion, they frequently call for joint collaboration and such sort of things. And apart from this, it is not like once they have got a training in the for a particular language or platform or a software, as improvements continuously takes place, new versions come up every now and then. So they allow for organizing such programs where the staff were being trained for new developments in the field of the softwares. So such you can say methodology, the Scrum is being adopted at this Luxon solution, a Hungarian startup. I would like to take one last one. Agile and generic work values of British versus the Indian IT workers. क्या लगता है क्या गड़बड़ हो रही होगी? हाँ? Many of our friends, relatives, they are working in the British companies, in the US companies, in the Canadian companies, in the Japanese companies. Very few foreigners come to India for employment, we see. Because they don't have the workforce. We have developed a raw workforce. We're supposed to be the talented one. Of course, they are the talented one, but they haven't. But the level of skill has not been developed to that scale. But even is better than those people. So we are in great demand in the European and the American countries. So the Indian IT workers working in the British companies have the conflict with the people, the native people working over there. क्या रीजन हो सकता है सर? कल्चर डिफरेंस, हाँ, तो बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है. हम अपनी आदतें नहीं छोड़ेंगे और वो तो गोरे हैं. हाँ? So the problem is, in this case study, the problem identified is the lack of effective communication and alignment within an IT firm unit during the transformation towards an agile work culture. The employees from different cultural backgrounds had different perception and understanding of what it means to be agile. We believe in some, वो तो वैसा ही है बातें, जैसे एक हाथी खड़ा कर दिया और बहुत सारे लोगों को आँख पे पट्टी बांध दिया हमने, है ना? So the perception is it's not an elephant. या तो उसको वो रोप बताएगा या उसको कोई पिलर बताएगा या जो जिसको जैसा परसीव होगा वो वैसा बताएगा. This is the same because we are the inhabitants of a different culture than those. So our understanding and our idea to look at the situation is also different from them. So there is always being a conflict and we always contradict. We have developed a habit of understanding as per our own view and our own perception. So the employees from different cultural backgrounds have different perceptions and understanding of what it means to be agile, leading to clashes in their behavior. Behavior में clashes कैसे आते हैं? ये abusement होता है एक अलग type का. And limited team communication. So again, different chunks. A group of those native peoples and the group of outsiders. This this situation undermined the moral trust and the sense of working well together. So then they have applied the concept of agile and they try to solve it. The study suggests that the cultural background of IT employees and managers, influenced by different national values and norms, can impact the adoption and interpretation of agile work values. They fail to understand the values of the customer. So what they have done is, the leaders role model the full agile mindset. Along with cross-cultural skills, they demonstrated teamwork, they have imparted training, they have done justice, asked for equality to maintain the transparency, the end user's orientation is given, provide for helpful leadership and effective communication. It means that they were required to educate their entire workforce again to meet the requirement as agile. As far as culture is concerned, the manager recognized and appreciated the cultural diversity. हमको तो आदत है यहाँ पर, है ना? क्योंकि हर थोड़े 100 किलोमीटर के बाद हमारा कल्चर बदल जाता है. So we can have better adaptability than those people. So cultural awareness and sensitivity trainings were provided to help employees and managers understand and appreciate the diverse cultural backgrounds within the organizations. Now, as far as the agile values are concerned, the importance of agile work values were emphasized. They have been convinced to the people, including shared responsibility, the continuous learning and improvement, self-organizing, teamwork. It means that again, collaborative work, fast fact-based decision making, empowered the employees, giving the rights and embracing the change. Managers actively promoted and reinforced these values in their leading and coaching efforts to cultivate an agile mindset among the individuals. And this allowed for a shift was made from a centralized accountability model to a culture of shared responsibility. After due training, they succeeded in observing a transformation. Participation in planning work project was encouraged and employees were empowered to choose their own tasks within the context of team's objective. They developed a roadmap and implemented and covering specific actions and milestones to accelerate the adoption of the agile ways of working. The senior management received the necessary support, training and additional management consultancy to drive the agile transformation effectively. So in order to have a diversified culture, they were not ready to adopt the principle and the methodology of agile, and for that due training was required to the individual, and in this way the company succeeded in the implementation and harnessing the benefits of agile and lean management in the organization. This is about what I wish to discuss and explain to you as far as agile and lean management is concerned for sustainable development and sustainable performance. Thank you for your patience and patient hearing. Thanks a lot. There are many more case studies I'll share with you. जो हमारे coordinators आ गए, उनको मैं mail कर दूँगा, so I will provide you. Any queries? Any objections? Look, there is nothing in the world which we are doing differently or we are doing it for the first time. We already have done all these things, but we never have defined it. like as far as TQM goes, so I haven't found a single principle which we have not adopted in the past as far as our Indian culture is concerned. But we have not recognized it in our lifestyle and in our work culture. Now, as this has been defined by the US consultants and the companies and the Japanese have explained it to the world, now we are adopting it. Yes, this is a very good idea. Otherwise, this has been being incorporated in our way and the various philosophy as being given by our saints. So everything is there in our culture. Important is to identify it and give due recognition to it. Okay? Thank you very much. ठीक है